Ball up. What's up, dogs? I saw Roomba and Fright. What up, 8? What up, Reptar? Gains on gains. What I miss it? Hello, everybody on YouTube side. It is getting hot. What up, Deleter? What up, Cotrax? It is getting hot here, dogs. The hardest part of today is going to be the Hero Wad Daniel. Usually I don't do a ton of Hero Wads like back to back to back to back, just because there's always kind of like the added level of intensity, and they take a ton out of you, and usually you need quite a bit to recover from them. But I'm just feeling it right now. We're in a zone, so we're just riding it. But it's like 90 degrees with like 77% humidity and no clouds in the sky. So the runs, what I was saying, I think the runs are going to be one of the hardest parts of today, just because it's going to up my heart rate so much and zap me. But 50 pull-ups, 400 meter run, 21 thrusters. We've been doing these pretty much every single day. We're just going to keep on rolling with them. They're one of the best exercises, I think. 800 meter run, 21 thrusters, 400 meter run, another 50 pull-ups to end it. After yesterday's yoga sesh, my sides, well, that's what we were working on in yoga yesterday. My sides are definitely a little tight, but that's good. It means they got worked. It is time to give everything we are, and I am ready. Hope you guys have a good start to your week. Good Monday, had a good weekend. Let's go, Wreck. I need to make sure my hips are warm for today. Just with running and then thrusters, they'll be under a lot of stress. Should we say good luck? No, there's no such thing as luck. Today's going to be hard. I accept that waking up. I accept that upon waking. It's on the pull-ups, it's just going to be about continuing to move. Like keeping my rest periods as short as I can. Keep moving. The 400 meter run's not going to be difficult. Coming back to the 21 thrusters. I'm not 100% sure how I want to break it up. I don't think it's smart to do it all unbroken. But I don't want to do more than 2 sets of them. So it'd be like 11, drop it, breathe, 10. 800 meter run, which that's the 800 meter run, and then coming back to the 21 thrusters, that is going to be that feeling that I talk about every single time. Where that is going to be, I think, the hardest part of the workout for me. So that 800 meter run after the 21 thrusters, and then coming back in here for another 21 thrusters, and then immediately out for the run. There's going to be like a 5-minute stretch. It's going to be extremely difficult, and that's where I need to just put my foot on the gas and finish strong. Because the final 50 pull-ups, as soon as I get done with that last run and it's just the pull-ups, then my back should be recovered by then. So I should be able to get 25, 30 in sets of 5 relatively quickly, and then it's just going to be about struggling out the last 20, 25. And then, like I said, struggling out those last 20, 25, that's not going to be super, it'll be tough, yeah, but I've already been through the hardest. I'll come back in as well, show you that I ran, write down the times, or the splits. I would love to finish this in, let's see. 5, 7, 25 minutes, I think, would be a good time for this, honestly. 25 minutes should be a good time. We'll see. I know that there are people who can finish this in like under 20, which is pretty insane. It's the pull-ups is probably the main thing where you're gonna make up and lose a bunch of time. Because they should take me probably 10 minutes. They'd be doing 10 a minute, 5 every 30 seconds. So the thrusters, I don't want to do more than 2 sets, and then they're running out like an 800 or an 8-minute mile pace. We'll see though. That's my goal at least. If I have a Garmin, I have an Apple Watch, which is pretty accurate with the distance and whatnot. Heart rate, distance. That's all that I really use it for. Is literally heart rate and then distance when I run. Garmin's are sick though. I wanted the, back when I had my MRAD, I wanted the Garmin because there's one of them that has applied ballistics in it, so you could just like do all of the ballistic calculations on your watch, which would be pretty sick. It is a hot one. Just in my warm-up, like my warm-up run, or I didn't even run, my warm-up like 1 mile walk, and I had to do the recording for Instagram, so I did like pull-ups, thrusters, and I guess a little bit of a run. I'm already just kind of like drenched in sweat. It's just, at this time in Florida, what you get. We do a dead hang and then let's get after it. I look a lot smaller sitting down. Yeah, I can imagine. You're not the first person to come in and say that. You're not the first person to come in and say that. Most people think that I'm either super skinny or super fat. Do any specific for lower back? Well, deadlift is probably one of the better things, but I don't deadlift. Currently I would say like yoga is more like to stabilize your muscles, flexibility, mobility. Anything that is in a front rack position is going to help with your entire core and lower back. I do deadlifts with dumbbells just because I'm not in a terrible position for that. Cleans it does your entire back, but mostly upper. Deadlifts is probably your best bet, but you might have to do like rack pulls or dumbbell deadlifts. Unless you have really, really long arms, deadlifts is not worth the risk to reward. So if you have like me, 5'10", 5'8" wingspan, just getting down into a deadlift position, my lower back is already in a bad spot, so I don't deadlift. So it's just not worth it for me. I get injured pretty much every single time when I deadlift without fail with a barbell. And that's been the case since I was in high school. My lower right gets pulled. So, dumbbell deadlifts, rack pulls, rows as well. There are quite a few things that you can do to train it. It's all pulling motions though. where your back is just kind of like almost locked in place, using it to extend upwards. Maybe it's dead hangs, what? I mean, dead hangs are just good for loosening up. It's good for shoulder position and like lengthening your back. Your arms are short too, then don't deadlift. Don't deadlift. Like I said, anybody with short arms, you are asking for trouble with deadlift. So you can do dumbbell deadlifts, but barbell just stay away from. As far as, in my opinion, like I said, if you don't have long arms, you're just kind of in a bad position to start. But if you do get like kind of injured or your lower back is always tight, start with yoga, dude. You just can't go wrong. Make sure that your lower back is loose, make sure your hamstrings are flexible, make sure your hips aren't tight, and then you have strong core stabilizer muscles. That's your best bet, hands down. I'm gonna lose so much weight in water. I just need to make sure I focus that. Okay, so to go over the workout one more time, it's the CrossFit Hero WOD Daniel. We're gonna do 50 pull-ups, a 400-meter run. I'll come back in, show you that I ran 400 meters, write down the splits after each one of these. 21 thrusters, we've been doing those the last 3 workouts, so why not? 800-meter run, 21 more thrusters. I said this is gonna be the most difficult part right here. 400-meter run, and then end on 50 pull-ups, and then time. There we go, crazy. That's definitely a good start right there, dude. For sure, definitely a good start. My goal is, like I said, 25 minutes is the goal. If I could get anywhere around 20, I'd be really, really happy with that, but the pull-ups are probably gonna take a little bit. Are we ready? No better time to start than now. Make sure everything's ready to go here. Let's get it, dogs. If you decide to do this one later, good luck. Or if you're doing it with me, heck yeah. 3, 2, 1. If I can keep this pace for pull-ups, I'll be happy. They feel pretty solid today. I've done like an average of like 100 a day, it seems, for a while. Twenty through.
Kill catastrophe. Kill apocalypse. Killionaire. Killing spree.
I think that's 30 right now. 30. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Apple Watch dog. That was either 30 or 35. Okay, so that's 35. Apple Watch, dog. That's 40, 10 more. They're getting a little bit harder than I'd want them to. Felt good at the beginning. Here we go. We expected this fight today. Five more. And back has a chance to recover through everything else. Oh. Let's get running. 800-meter run. Let's go.
I tell you, let's have one more.
Last run. Come on. Come on, man. Twenty. Oh man. 25. 24 more. I did 6 once, okay, 26. 24 more. I thought I did actually. But I always go down if I didn't. I don't know. $28. Oh. It's fighting muscular fatigue in my back. What is short and rest periods? 22 more. That's it. 31. Whew. 33. We'll maybe recover a little. I want 4. Come on. $37. Ten more, man. Come on. Oh, I restarted it somehow. Time. $170. Oh man, my guess, I looked at it with like 10 left and I was under 24 minutes, so my guess is right around 25. Lethal, different kind of way to train, dude. Completely different way to train than you're used to. Where you came in was rep 90 to 100, not 1 through 10. Let's go, bro. Let's go, nose. Let's go, cubby. Heck yeah, chopped. Let's go, Dev. Whew. My second run was 220. Sorry. No. 458. I'll explain later, Lethal. I'm a little short of breath.
Kill him, Joe. Kill catastrophe. Kill
Ooh, where's the heart rate now?
killing spree.
140. Oh man. As I knew, 55-pound dumbbells, much loved animal. What this is supposed to be done with is 95 pounds on the thrusters. I'm doing 110 because this is all that I have as far as weight that close. And I did the first set unbroken of 21. And we've been doing thrusters the last 3 workouts, including this one. So we're definitely used to them. And then for the thrusters I did 21, 13, 8. The pull-ups, I think I got 5 all the way through on that first set. Not yet, Tom. I think I got 5 all the way through on the first set here. But definitely not here. Because I was just pushing it to just redline. And now is where I'm kind of explaining it, Lethal. If your goal is to have max time under tension and strengthen your grip and obviously get a nice stretch in the pull-ups at a dead hang and then slow and controlled on the way up for a set of 1, that's fine. That's not a bad idea if you're newer to pull-ups. But like I said, I'm trying to get 100 pull-ups with a mile run and 42 thrusters in the middle and going as fast as I can throughout the entire thing. So at the end, when I hit 40, I'm not thinking of super slow and controlled. I'm just trying to get there, dude. I'm just trying to hit the number 50 with as good a form as I can with as much as I have left in the tank, which isn't much. No, I saw you, Daniel. You're good. For more explosiveness, well, I'm just fighting muscle fatigue right now. Just kind of working on muscular endurance. Like even when I have not much left, still getting up under the pull-up bar, not taking 2-3 minutes to let my ATP replenish and my muscles recover. You're more just training your work capacity, how much you can do, how much your muscles are capable of in limited amounts of time. Were I skinny when I was younger? Never. Never did. I've never, once in my life I've had a 6-pack, and that was when I was training CrossFit. I've referenced this time period quite a bit. Well, and I guess when I was bodybuilding, but we'll say more recently, 24, 25. I did, and I was like a little under 200 pounds. Right now I'm 220. If I lose 20 pounds, I will definitely have more muscle now than I had then. Which, I don't know how, because I haven't done anything for 4 years, but whatever. I want to say, honestly, it's from doing body weight stuff at a way higher weight. I'm really like trying to raise my aerobic capacity, Johnny. How efficient your body is at utilizing oxygen. And with that comes your fast twitch muscles and slow twitch being a lot better at endurance and having more muscle fuel. So it's more, I guess I worded it wrong, it's more working on my aerobic capacity with this style of training. You stand running outside in all black. Oh, how do I say it? I don't know, dude. It is hot. It's 90 degrees with 70% humidity right now. And I'm baking. But I'm starting to get used to the heat in Florida. Last year, around this time, I mean, I was 30 pounds heavier, and I was dying. Still dying, but I feel significantly better. My body's a lot more adapted to the movement out in the heat, turning into a lizard slowly but surely. Finish at 24:49. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, dude. So I was right with just under 25. How often do I train each muscle group? Well, as you can see, I'm not focusing on individual muscle groups. Today, we trained legs with running and front squats and thrusters. We trained shoulders with the shoulder to overhead. We trained core with pull-ups. I know it's not like a normal core, but you're definitely working your core. And the front squat. So the only thing that I didn't really train today was chest. Everything else got trained. Biceps with pull-ups, triceps with a press, legs, running, front squats, my entire back obviously. Chest didn't really get trained. That's about it. So I'm not really, I've done bodybuilding style training in the past for like a decade. Let's go run. And isolated muscle groups, right? Much love, COD. Get after it, dude. I'll answer that in a little bit, Percy. But once again, bodybuilding for almost like 8 years of my life, where I isolated arms, did 2 leg days, trained calves both days, quads, hammies, and glutes on another, chest all by itself, or chest and biceps, back and triceps, arm, so I've done all of that with the isolation for 8 years' time. I much prefer this, where I'm training pretty much full body, pretty much every single day, like 6 days a week I'm training full body, and then my days off, like yesterday, I'm doing yoga, which is pretty full body taxing. So every day, my entire body is engaged in some sort of like full body exercise and movement. But unlike the full isolation training, where you're just taking your chest to absolute failure on 8 sets of bench press, I'm not reaching that level on each body part every single day. 2 days ago, my shoulders reached that point. They were pretty sore. They were pretty sore. Today, my back reached that point. 4 days ago, my legs reached that point. So I'm just kind of like cycling out which body part is reaching that full level of failure. And it's pretty much dictated by the workout that I'm doing. Some days I'll have my shoulders are what reaches that point 3 times in a row. And as far as Percy, can you re-say that? Oh, there it is, Ryan. What is your time frame for muscle atrophy, or what is my take on that? My take on that is drastically different than what it was when I was bodybuilding. When I was bodybuilding, this is going to be an extended period of time that we talk here. During bodybuilding, you are taught right away that there's something called an anabolic window. Immediately upon your completion of training, and you need to get your protein immediately after to maximize muscle growth. That's not true. There is some truth to the science behind it, but it's not vital that you get protein 30 minutes after. It's just vital that your next meal is protein. You're basically utilizing your insulin sensitivity, which is highest post-training. But theoretically, if like right now I don't eat for 8 hours, my insulin sensitivity will be higher then than it is now. I'm coming off of training and fasting. So, as long as you are getting your total amount of protein per day within a 24-hour period, you're totally fine. You don't need to stress getting protein every 2.5, 3 hours. All that really does, in my experience, it's going to be different for everybody's. It's going to be different for everybody, first off, and especially your intensity of training and your metabolism, how well your body utilizes different sources of food. For me, I don't have a super fast metabolism, so my blood sugar is like stable throughout the entire day. Somebody with a really, really fast metabolism if they don't eat every 3-4 hours, then they're gonna feel weak and like shaky and not able to focus. So then you need to eat more often. But like, it's just so different for every person. But as far as like muscular atrophy, I like to reference Mike Menser, which I know that there's science since then. But he had so many ideas that were so far ahead of his time that are still true today, even if there are different ways of min-maxing his ideas since then. If you train really, really hard, right, let's say you go to bench press, you've been training hard for a month and you take 2 weeks off, when you come back, you're almost always stronger, always. And I don't know if any of you have experienced that, but when you take a week off of training and you come back, you're always stronger. So how is muscular atrophy possible after 2 days if you take a week off and you come back stronger? It doesn't make any sense. Just like practically. Doesn't make sense. So I don't believe that you're losing muscle after 2 days of not training a muscle group, or after 4 days of not training. After a week of not training, I do not believe that you're losing muscle. Those muscles may carry around a little less water because they know they're not going to be used, or they're just kind of like adapting and using the carbohydrates and then with those carbohydrates, water to go to different body parts that are going to be used. But as far as losing muscle mass after 2 days, 4 days, a week, 2 weeks, no. I don't think it's true at all. There may be different studies that say different things, but practically speaking, train hard, take a week off, you're totally fine. You come back stronger, especially if you're eating right. And I honestly, as well, with the muscular atrophy thing, when I was bodybuilding, eating every 2.5 hours, focusing so hard on like that anabolic window, making sure I always was eating like constantly. All that ever did was hurt my stomach and my ability to digest food. It hurt my body's ability to regulate its own blood sugar, and it added stress. So now I eat 3 times a day when it's convenient for me. First thing in the morning with a shake, post-workout, and I'm not stressing. Like right now, I have other things to do besides hurry and get my food. I gotta edit stuff for Instagram. I'm gonna go back inside and talk to you guys a little bit. And then I gotta do a little bit of cleaning, and then I'll cook, right? So it's not like you minimizing your stress is, I think, way more important than worrying about a half hour of a meal timing. And then later tonight before I go to bed, a couple hours before, I'll have Greek yogurt and some granola, and that's it. So it's just my stomach feels so much better now, eating less calories than I thought that I needed when I was bodybuilding, way less. My stomach thanks me. My body's ability to regulate its own blood sugar is drastically better. Like I don't get cravings. My energy levels are stable all day. Even like right now, if I was not to eat all day, I'd be totally fine. I could go on a 5-mile ruck. I could run. I could do yoga in the sun. I could stream all night, and I'd still be fine. So I just think there's so many benefits to utilizing your body how it's meant to be utilized, which is not stuffing your face every 2.5 hours. It's utilizing the calories that your body's getting effectively, strategizing when you get them and what they are, eating high quality foods, and not stressing about it, dude. We do this because we love it, Obviously everybody has different goals. If you're trying to step on the Olympia stage, your goals are different. Things need to be a little bit more ramped up as far as your attention to detail on meal timings and whatnot, but that's because you're trying to get in total calories, not because it's necessary, unless you're on insulin. I knew that I missed it for my meal. I'm going to do supplements next, Prospecto. It's going to take a while. I thought I was going to be able to upload it yesterday, but it took forever. Gone hard for 8 weeks, taking 2 weeks off, and come back feeling better. Yep, that's what I'm saying. You definitely did not lose any muscle taking 2 weeks off. Your body was just like, thank you, now we can rebuild bigger, faster, stronger. So, that's my take on it. Very different now than what I muscle guy. Very different now than it was when I was bodybuilding. Very, very different. But I feel, like I said, I feel so much better now, and I'm carrying around more muscle now than I was when I was bodybuilding and juicing. I'm in way better shape as far as cardiovascularly. So, I'm happy about it. Well, our forearms got pretty torched today. We've talked about forearms a couple times too, and grip strength. People are like, how do you train grip strength? How do you train grip strength? Don't ever use wrist wraps. It's that simple. Don't ever use wrist straps and you'll be fine. Difference is nuts, yet. Yeah, if you, especially when you learn like the amount of calories that you're supposed to eat in a day, Swanee, and what that kind of looks like, and you don't just like eat till you're absolutely stuffed. You're eating high quality meals until you feel satiated, and then not snacking and going on an insulin roller coaster. Like the eating healthy part is so much easier once you get into the habit of it, but getting in the habit is very difficult, especially if you're on the insulin roller coaster. That is one of the most difficult places to be because it's so addicting. It's very, very similar to being addicted to hard drugs. Don't worry about it, Percy. Trust. If you want your forearms to grow and be a strength of yours, let your grip fail over and over and over again. Your grip strength will get stronger faster, like so much faster than the big muscle groups that you're training. Because it doesn't need to be able to actually row an 80-pound dumbbell, it just needs to be able to hold on. So throw away the wrist wraps, unless you're doing like rack pulls with 300-400 pounds and your grip, you can't even hold on to it once. But on everything else, just don't use wrist wraps. Let your grip fail and just let it catch up. It will catch up. It may take 3-4 months, but you'll thank me long term. You'll also be at way less risk for injury the stronger that your grip is. All your joint pain went away. In case in point, dude. When you're not relying on your wrist and your grip to tell you kind of when you're at your failure point, your body's just letting other things take over. Your hips get out of alignment. You're throwing your back into weird spots rather than having to focus on squeezing that weight and everything staying stable. So just trust, Percy. You're gonna have to swallow the ego for a little bit. It's totally fine, dude. Throw away the wrist wraps. Not throw them away, but put them at the bottom of your gym bag. And don't touch them unless you're doing rack pulls. Muscle ups. I have a barbell. So right now I'm just working on getting the plates. So yes. Hey, there we go. Trident, heck yeah. Thick boy summer. Have you followed me on Instagram? Whisper me and I'll follow back. I want to see the bulk up, dude. I'm not good at all at rock climbing. But yeah, when I go back to barbell stuff, my ollie lifts. If you're not here yesterday, my weakness is mobility and flexibility. I did yoga. It's not my strength. I've been working on it hard, dude. I do mobility and flexibility training 4 to 5 times a week, but it's still a weakness. That's why I work on it so much. And when I did snatches and clean and jerks, it was I was muscling everything up. My form was not there. I was not catching it at the bottom of a snatch. I was literally muscling it up. And for clean and jerk, I was literally power clean push press. And I could do 225 and 275 for my maxes. So now I want to actually focus on form and start completely over with my weight. So I'm only going to get 25-pound dumbbells, plates, and literally start from the beginning. Make sure that my form is perfect, making sure my overhead position is extremely stable. And then if I need to take a year and a half to get back to those numbers, I'm totally fine with that. I just want to be way more durable than I am explosively strong within the next 6 months. Make sense? Stay flexy. Exactly, comrade. That's my whole thing right now. I'm 31 years old. I know that in time, especially with like my knowledge now compared to when I was in my young 20s, the medical advances, our knowledge of nutrition and training, I will be stronger when I'm 35 than I am right now. I'll be stronger when I'm 36 than I was when I was 25. I just need to be smart. My plan to get there needs to be, there's no ego involved. And methodical and continually progressing all the way there instead of throwing on right when I get my barbell or my plates, throwing on 135 and doing like Isabel, you know. My shoulder's not ready for it and then boom, I'm out for 2 months. Or worse. No, I do not try it, but I'll have to. don't worry about it personally. Like I said, just don't use them. Let your grip fail, and adapt your training to make it so your grip is not like the first thing that goes and you're just like grip failing over and over and over again, you know? Let's go back. Okay, I'm gonna meet you guys inside. Holy cow, dude. Yeah, we're back at the point where we're losing so much weight in water. Whew, breathe. If you see me pass out after standing up after one of these, wait a little bit before you notify the authorities. I'll snap out of it. Okay, see you guys inside in 30 seconds. I'll catch up and then we'll go from there. And we're back, and we're back, and we're back. Holy. Okay, let's catch up real quick. You guys are dope, man. Thanks everybody for hanging out. YouTube side as well. Much love, homies. What up, Electric? David, Meeks. King David, look, go to your doctor and ask about TRT. Go to your doctor and ask about TRT. And if your test is low, get ready for your life to be changed. What happens here? You just saw. How long is my workout session? Anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour usually. Let me know. It's fire hack head, JJ. How's my... Oh, yeah. I mean, rest and recovery is honestly the most important. But like I said, definitely go to your doctor and check your testosterone levels. If they're low, then there's the answer right there. Trav, thank you for the gift. You're dope, my dog. Just okay, Cod. Thank you for the 28. Yes, you do. No worries, dude. You never have to apologize. Appreciate you. And I know that your kid woke up, so you're not here, but I appreciate you anyway. Dougie Fresh, thank you for the 7. Danimal with the over 3 years, the 38 months. You're dope, homie. And Pickle Gambit, thank you for the 30. And I answered that. My face is leaking. Oh, man. Yeah, like I said, it's hot, dudes. In Florida. It is hot. You're in Jacksonville? Nice, dude. So me and you are in similar type environments. I think it's a little bit hotter for you, actually. You understand. It's hot, dude. I'm in Northwest Florida. So it's always like... I lived in South Florida for a year. And it's actually... It feels hotter here than in South Florida. I think it's the humidity. Like in South Florida, it's like... The humidity doesn't seem like it's as bad as North Florida, like where I live. Because I'm just like surrounded by water everywhere. Surrounded by the ocean. And it, like I said, the humidity is always, in the summer it gets up to like 90s consistently. 90 degrees, 90% humidity. It's rough. Briggs, thank you for the 45 months. You're dope, homie. Appreciate you, man. Almost 4 years. Let's go. Heck yeah, Deadbot. Let's go, Ben. Beautifully practical. Well, I mean, that's just kind of what it is right now, you know? I got to be able to keep up with my daughter for the long term. And someday, I mean, I want more kids someday. If I have sons, they can't be taking me at 15, 16 years old, you know? They need to fear me well into their 20s. Any natural way to increase tests? Well, yeah, there's a lot of ways to increase your tests naturally. You're in the less cool Jacksonville? Gotcha. I don't know which one's more cool, dude. We'll say the one that contains you is the more cool one. How about that? Yeah, Ben. Hey, let's go, dude. We can meet up. I'm not far. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, sons need to fear me well into my 40s. So, I mean, if you look too, like look at the way that men are aging with today's medical advances and hormone replacement therapy and our knowledge of nutrition and our knowledge of training. Like, dude, there's so many ways to stay in your best shape well on into your later life nowadays. Like, this is the best time to be alive as a human being as far as your physical health goes, if you have the knowledge and take care of it. It is the absolute worst if you don't have the knowledge and you don't take care of it, because like I say this every time, our grocery stores are meant to kill you slowly. Our food industry pushes you towards the pharma industry in America. Yeah, there you go, Bad Brown. There you go. I got you, Kavidia. I got you. Exactly, Border. Exactly. And I mean, look at Joe Rogan, look at Cam Hanes, look at Jocko. Like, all these guys are in their late 40s, early 50s, approaching 60. Huberman, like, they're jacked. They're in really, really, really good shape. Some of the best athletes in the world are in their 40s. Yeah, you get it. Some of the best athletes in the world are in their 40s. As far as increasing your testosterone as a male, I don't know how old you are, but just make basic lifestyle changes to begin with. Make sure your sleep, number one is sleep. Making sure you're getting 7.5, 8 hours. That's not possible for everybody. I completely understand that, but you need to prioritize it. If you go and lay in bed and you're on your phone for an hour and a half, there's where you can make up your testosterone right there. Put the phone down, get into a routine, take some magnesium glycinate before you go to bed, pass out, wake up 7.5 hours later, get some sun. There's number two. That's one thing that I did not realize when I was growing up. I lived in Michigan, so it's not like I even had an option. But now living in Florida, dude, just being outside is amazing. You feel like you're on top of the world when you when you're actually like outside absorbing sun for 20, 30 minutes a day. That's a game changer as well. Sleep, sun, if you can, and then being active. Those three things right there, sleep being number one, are the things that I would focus on right away. Sleep, sun, movement. If you and then obviously your food as well. Like, if you're eating garbage, then your body's gonna have a hard time optimizing and recovering and pumping out the hormones that it needs to. So there's just lifestyle changes is what I would focus on first. Don't even think about supplements besides vitamin D and magnesium, zinc and magnesium, and vitamin D, and that's all that you should focus on, which is just basically things you're most likely deficient in if you don't live in a sunshiny state and eat a well-balanced diet. You don't need shallajit or tribulus or fenugreek. Don't even think about any of that stuff until you optimize all the other stuff first. As soon as you optimize all the other stuff, you're probably most likely going to not feel like you need anything to boost test anymore, because it'll probably already do it. If you do still feel like you do, go to the doctor and look at hormone replacement therapy. Don't be like me. You got to prioritize sleep. Let your workout regimen slide. Any tips to get back into it? Discipline. Start today, Sidey. I don't care if it's 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 air squats, and 100 sit-ups. Start today. Discipline. Just at 30. Sun is what you need more of, and sleep. Sun and sleep. Yep, there you go, Percy. Added fish back in. Yeah, no, dude. Alf, comrade. I tried to go vegan for about a year. As soon as I added meat back in, I felt like unbelievably stronger. Like, it was night and day. Unbelievably stronger when I added back in red meat. So I feel you on that. I just feel like we're omnivores. I do think are meant to eat meat. I understand that the science behind it causes inflammation and this and that, but practically it doesn't. Like, when all you eat is meat, you're not inflamed. Compared to eating like a whole bunch of plants and vegetables, I'm way more inflamed when I eat that stuff than when I just eat meat and eggs. So, hey, maybe if there's everybody's different. I'm not saying that everybody should do that, but everyone's different. Oh, water, dude. Don't buy magnesium citrate. Yep. Magnesium glycinate, as Swanee is saying. Magnesium citrate's a laxative. Magnesium glycinate is absorbed much, much better. You tried going vegan, made it 3 days. Michaela Peterson enters chat. Yeah, meat and eggs is key, dude. I didn't believe it for a while. I watched the documentaries on vegan, and now it's like, oh, that makes sense, you know.
Not for me. Not for me. I feel so much stronger. Yeah, 100% comrade. You just never really feel full. That was one of the things that when I was eating like the meat substitutes and all that kind of stuff, I never really felt full. Okay. Well, let's rad somebody. I got some work to do on the Instagram side before I start up the night stream, and I'm going to be playing with Shaded and maybe somebody else, and we're going to be going on some win streaks. Yesterday I wanted to stream or play with them but wasn't able to, so today we actually are. Celtics in 5, dude. I was so wrong about that, man. Holy cow. I'm just eating my words. I don't think I'm ever allowed to talk NBA again, to be honest. Straight up. I don't think I'm ever allowed to talk it again. Okay, we're going to raid Quaylen. He looks like he's training hard over there. I've raided Kaylee quite a few times, and I'm sure we will again. I'm just trying to pass love around to the health and fitness side real quick while we're kind of new to streaming in that category. But yeah, I'll see you guys tonight. If you want to hang out for the Warzone stream, me, Shaded, maybe we can pick up OP again, see if we can grab somebody else from the OG squad, and we'll get after it, dudes. If not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another workout stream. Probably be a little bit more leg focused, I'd imagine. But what's my calorie daily? Like 2,300. I need to lose about 20 pounds. Is my goal right now. I'm 220, and for me to be able to run faster, jump higher, be better at calisthenics, I need to get down to around 200. Because right now 220, the pull-ups are getting real tough. The running is just a lot of stress on my joints, you know. So, but anyways, I will see you guys in 2.5, 3 hours, and we'll run it back. Go say hi to Quaylen. I appreciate you guys for hanging out, dudes. Like I said, I love giving everything that I am in these workout streams, and continue to expect me to give everything that I am and keep pumping them out consistently. So much love. See you guys in a few hours or tomorrow morning. Peace, dogs.